people living with hearing loss will get a new chance to get the help they need at a much lower price.
The change comes after an FDA ruling was announced yesterday. Executive Director of the Hearing Loss Association of America, Barbara Kelley, is joining us this morning. And Barbara, it's a pleasure to meet you. Thanks for joining us today.
Good morning. Thank you for having me on.
So this is big news, right? You got President Biden's Inflation Reduction Act. Most people don't tear apart these acts to see what's all inside, but somewhere hidden in there is this new rule change allowing over-the-counter sales of hearing aids. How big of a deal is this?
This is huge because most people who have mild to moderate hearing loss, and this is what this FDA, who just released their rules, it comes from the 2017 Over-the-Counter Hearing Aid Act. And the rules were just released for the FDA to open a new category of over-the-counter hearing aids for adults only with mild to moderate hearing loss. Now, this is generally a group of people who might not take that first step to take care of their hearing health, which is really important. Some people just need some situational hearing or might need a little hearing enhancement from time to time, maybe in a meeting at work or maybe in a restaurant with background noise. So we know that 80% of people who could benefit from a hearing aid don't get one for various reasons: cost, stigma, access to care. So for this category of people with mild to moderate hearing loss, this could be a first step to easy access to affordable hearing care. And we're so excited about it because it's another avenue in addition to going to an audiologist or a hearing instrument specialist.
And Barbara, you said this kind of comes from the 2017 Over-the-Counter Hearing Aid Act. What took about 5 years for us to get to this step? What took so long here?
Well, the FDA has to put out proposed rules, and then everybody has a chance to respond to those. We, as a consumer organization representing people with hearing loss, responded. Industry responded. Other professional groups responded. So the FDA has to take all that information. And frankly, they took their time, and I'm glad because we wanted them to get it right. But President Biden did issue an executive order earlier this year pushing the FDA to get these rules out. So now the rules came out yesterday. They will take effect October 17th when we could start to see products on the market.
Well, let's talk about those products. I mean, this really opens the door, don't you think, for creative innovation globally? You know, you've got these companies that you got a smaller amount of companies making hearing aids, but this sort of opens the door for possibility and I think cool invention.
You hit that perfectly. The hearing aid manufacturers will probably, my guess, have some over-the-counter devices ready to go. But also electronics companies will be in this space. And we already know that there's some very good earbuds that you can use with adjustable apps on your smartphone to increase the volume and lower background noise. So you know, the market's going to play out, and that's what's going to be very exciting over the next couple of years of what we could see. And by having these devices in the mainstream, will that help people take that first step to hearing health sooner rather than later to deal with their hearing and maybe reduce some of the stigma? You know, hearing loss is not just about people who are older getting hearing loss. It spans the generations, and we need to pay attention to hearing health and protect our hearing as well.
Because hearing health, it's not just about our ears. We were talking a little bit earlier that actually what you hear or what you don't hear can impact a wide range of health issues.
Oh, it sure can. And you just think about cutting off communication or communication breakdown. You know, hearing sound and talking to people is how we just create relationships in business and in our home life and retirement life. But there's comorbidities associated with untreated hearing loss. Falls, people start to isolate because it's just too hard to hear. Anxiety, depression, and a cognitive decline. There's also a link. So if we can if we can get people to take that first step sooner, that's always a good thing. And pay attention to hearing health the way we do our blood pressure, our weight, our glucose levels. It's a very important part of overall wellness.
So, Barbara, let's fast forward 2 months to the day. You mentioned October 17th. That's 2 months from today. That's an exciting, calendar that we need a moment on the calendar that we need to circle. How will this work? You mentioned the adult group, mild to moderate hearing loss. If you feel like you're in that category, if you're a family member who knows you live with someone that fits in that category, what do you need to have ready to go come October 17th? And what do you physically do? Just walk into a pharmacy or what?
I would think a pharmacy, big box store, and this is self-perceived hearing loss. So there's not the intervention of a hearing healthcare provider. So some of it is, on our website, hearingloss.org, we have some help to help people realize that they might have a hearing loss. Do you have problems hearing in the phone? Problems with background noise or turning up the volume? Are your family members or friends telling you, I think you have a hearing loss? And those types of signs. So people really have to self-diagnose, and then hopefully the labeling on the boxes is what we really pushed for, to make it really clear who these devices are for and how they might help you. And of course, there are red flag warnings there. If somebody wakes up with a sudden hearing loss or ear pain or some type of discharge from the ear, we hope they're not going to run and get an over-the-counter product. They should really see their physician and get a medical evaluation.
Barbara Kelley with Hearing Loss Association of America. We look forward to that October 17th launch date. We hope to talk to you before that because a lot can change between now and then, but we celebrate in this new news from the FDA. Thanks for your time today.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.